Welcome to The Herbal Ire, your podcast on all things holistic health, medical astrology, spirituality, herbalism, and so much more. Presented by your host, Ire Atla, medical astrologist, herbalist, and naturopath. Let's dive right into today's topic, love and light. Good morning, dear listeners, and welcome back to The Herbal Ire. I'm Ire Atla, your host. And today I just wanted to come and talk to you about the healing power of water. This week I've just been really called to spend a lot of time next to water, in water, around water, and just really use its power and its cleansing nature to really restore my soul and soothe it and just really heal that part that is really needing healing after the last year that we had. And I talked about this a little bit in some previous episodes, but we took a leap of faith basically and packed everything up and hit the road again and left everything behind to find what we needed to find to heal our souls and restore our health after the last year that we had. And we're in Tennessee, as I've mentioned, and it's beautiful here. It's amazing. There is a lake here that is just so peaceful and calming that we have gone to. There is a river here that, if you maybe can hear it in the background, that's what that noise is. I'm sitting next to that river to do my episode today. And there was another up in the mountains. We drove up into the mountains and found a creek that turned into a bunch of waterfalls and just sat there. And I am telling you, after 3 days now of spending nothing but time around water, dipping my feet in the water. I'm telling you, it's ice cold, but it was great. Sitting next to it with the raginess of the waterfalls and the rapids of the river as it flows over all the rocks, and just listening to it, feeling its power, hearing like the soothing nature of that sound. I feel so much better. Like, so much better. I can't even say. My soul is already just really starting to feel healed and starting to feel more open to receiving and not as closed off as it has been all last year, and just really feeling more, dare I say it, like myself again. So yeah, water is very healing for many reasons. The movement of the water, gets in and around everything, right? Like, it's very hard to keep water from a place that you don't want water to go. It'll find a crack and it'll flow through there. Water moves in and around and over and through and doesn't let anything stop it. I mean, it'll even drip if that's what it has to. And even just the dripping of water can make huge changes, right? Like in a cave, you have water that drips off of the stalactites onto the ground, and over time, it'll wear a literal hole into that floor that turns into like a very cavernous hole that you could fall in and never get out of. And that happened because of a single drip of water over time. So water is a very good cleansing tool for your aura. It's a very good cleansing tool for your chakras. It's a very good cleansing tool to just realign yourself with nature, because it really gets in those cracks, right? And it really just gets into everywhere that it needs to. And then as it washes over you, it washes away all of the stuff that you're trying to get rid of, the negative energies, the bad auras, the stale chakras, all of that. And it just pulls it away. And it can do that just by sitting next to it like I'm doing and just using the sound of it to cleanse your body that way. You can do that by getting in the water. This water currently is way too cold for that, but in the summer, it probably would be better. you can just use it in so many different ways. You can drink it. Drinking water is so good for your body because it really helps your body enact its own healing modalities, right? If you're dehydrated, your body can't function as it needs to. Your brain is like 90% water, so you need lots of water for your brain to function properly. You need lots of water for your cells to function properly because the inside of your cells is literally just water. And the outside of the cells is fat. So if you don't have enough fat and water in your diet, your cells don't function properly. And your brain doesn't function properly. And if those two things aren't functioning properly, then your body can't heal. So water is very necessary for your own inner healing, your spiritual healing, your emotional healing. And I know this, right? Like I've known this for years. I teach it to my clients to use water in their daily rituals in some way, shape, or form to help bring that healing that they want. And yet, over the last year, I have neglected finding water sources to do that. And I think part of it was we were living in a desert, so water sources are not easy to come by. And the ones that are there, we had to travel pretty far for to get to. Like they were way up in the mountains. And it was like an hour or two drive to get there, right? And with all the stuff that we were dealing with, an hour drive there and then an hour drive back was just something that was not really very feasible at that moment. And so I really neglected that part of my soul that really needs the water. I have a ton of water in my chart. I've said this multiple times. I have 5 planets in Scorpio alone, which is a metric fuck ton of water in my chart. And so I really need a lot of time and energy around water to really enact healing. And neglecting that part really just like dehydrated my soul, right? And so getting back here, back to nature, back with my feet, bare feet on the ground, feeling the energy from the earth, standing on the rocks in the water, listening to the water, letting the water roll over my feet, and just being here is like rehydrating my soul, right? It's rehydrating the parts of my body, my spiritual side, my emotional side that really just needed some cleansing and some rehydration. And I already am like, I don't know, so much more peaceful. I feel so much better. I can already feel changes happening in my body just from that. Like things are functioning better. My colon is functioning better, and all I've really been doing is drinking more water and sitting by more water. So that alone has already made a huge difference in my health and my feeling of health in my body. So water is very powerful, it's very cleansing, it's very healing, and if you have not been around enough of it lately or drank enough of it lately, this is your sign to go to some water of some kind and sit there. Drink enough water. If you are a fire sign in your top 3, so in your sun, moon, or rising, you have a fire sign, or possibly 2 or 3, then you need water in your life even more than anybody else. Fire signs are just that. They're fiery. They're hot. They burn through water very quickly, and your bodies dehydrate faster than any other sign. So you need lots and lots of water. So if you're listening to this and you know one of your top 3 signs is a fire sign, go drink a glass of water. Go find some water to be in. Your body needs it, maybe more so than anybody else's. And healing will be harder for your body to achieve without that. So hydration, hydration, hydration is so important in so many different ways. So I think that's pretty much all I really wanted to say today. The new moon is coming, and it's going to be a good time to set your intentions for what you want for the upcoming month. So set your intentions that you want to be around more water, that you want to enact that healing on a deeper level, that you want to feel the changes in your body, that you want to help your body heal, and that you're going to do so by giving it more water. Set out some water under the new moon and make new moon water. That is a very cleansing water for helping get rid of energies, right? So put out a glass of water, a mason jar of water under the new moon overnight, bring it in the next day, and then use that to make your teas and to make soups with, and really use that cleansing power of the new moon to get rid of the old and bring in the new, to enact that in your life. So that's coming up here, not very far away. So it's a good time to do that for sure. All right, I'm going to go back to finishing my morning ritual in front of this source of water. I did some yoga already. I did a card reading, and now I'm going to just do some meditation in front of this river. And I just wanted to stop there real quick and remind all of you of the healing power of water, and to go find some water today to help you also start enacting healing in your body as well. I will talk to you all later. Love and light. That's it for another great episode of The Herbal Ayr. Tune in next week for more valuable content with your host, Ayr Atla.